directors, DYDs, and all the youths present here, a very good morning. Come on, a very good morning. I just want to check whether the mic have the problem or our manners have not up to the mark. I am nervous today because many young, educated, dynamic youths are here. And it is, you call it, my heart is beating faster, seeing all of you with full of gusto and energy. As our country also is a very youthful country, where 65% of the population is under 35. And practically, we are a youthful country. And we are also Catholic youths. As Catholic youths, we are supposed to be not only growing in faith, we are also supposed to be glowing in faith. Our faith must be glowing. Our faith must be able to showcase in front of others the dynamism. And today, we are young people gathered here. We are asked to be assertive youth, not aggressive youth. We have to be assertive with the work that we are doing as well as the life that we are living. And this has a lot to do with our Catholic youths. Today, imagine the Catholic faith that we have has brought all the 7 sisters states and the 15 dioceses of Northeast together. Had we not been Catholics, we would not have had this opportunity of coming together and celebrating our faith. What a privilege we are. How can our Catholic youth, our Catholic life impress the society around? How can we make that impact? Let us ask. As young people, our livelihood and our lifestyle must be able to impress others, must be able to impact others. Our livelihood and our lifestyle. And that is how we are preparing for the Gen Next, we call it Gen Next, next generation. We can hand over that example to others. And that is how we can be able to make difference. That is the thing. And we ought and we need to have that livelihood and lifestyle that is going to make impact. You know, I'm sure the Korean movie industry have really made impact. And our lifestyle, we are able to copy the Koreans. Am I right? Yes or no? Thank God, all of us resembles like the Koreans, act, dress, and then appearance look like the Koreans. That's why we need not go to Seoul, South Korea to see the Koreans. We are having that same vibes in our own places. That much of impact the Korean film industries have in us, especially in Northeast. That kind of impact are we able to give to others also? With our Catholic faith, living our Catholic lives so well that others, are they able to have that kind of Korean impact? Can we make such impact with our Catholic faith? That is a challenge. That is why, at this moment, we realize that direction is more important than speed. Our life that we have, we are young, we are aggressive, and sometimes we are fast. But are we able to go in that right direction? Is my life as a Catholic youth attuned towards that direction which could have heavy impact or impress the life of others, the life of people around us? That is important. And that is why, you see, we are just post-COVID people, after the COVID. Now, during the crisis, during the COVID crisis, I'm sure all of us underwent physically, economically, and psychologically, we were drained. Am I right? Yes or no? Online classes, we were locked down all inside the houses, and then we were getting agitated, in fact. We are coming out of that. But, when we look at the silver lining from our angle, sometimes the COVID has brought many young people back to our own states. Many young people are brought back. And I see the young people coming back to our own places, our young youths coming back to our own places as the return of the possibilities and return of the potential in our own areas. And I'm sure all of you, some of you also must be a returnee from the cities, metropolitan cities. Now we have come back to our land and we are trying to give back. We are the return of the possibilities. And I'm sure you are in your own way making tremendous impact in the life of the people, not only the Catholics around, but also the young people around. I'm sure you all are Bible lovers, I'm sure, as young people, right? As I look down from here, I see many of you Bible lovers. The story of David and Goliath in the Bible really impresses me. The story of David and Goliath, I'm sure you must have read. But there is a way of looking at how this story have impacted the people around. In the Bible, Goliath was a mighty man, a big man. Yes or no? Everybody was afraid. Everybody says, it's not possible for me, it's not possible. And Goliath was just ruling. With that, this shepherd boy, David, came and saw Goliath. And he feels, what others 99 sees, he sees in a different way. He came and saw how Goliath was. And he said, I can put down this man. He thought in two different ways. He said, as the story goes, Goliath is a huge man. And he says, with that sling, I can put him down because he's too big to miss, which nobody else thought, but he thought. I cannot miss him because Goliath is too big to miss. That is how he swing, and he thought it differently. The second thing, what David thought, what others did not think was, he said, Goliath is in a higher place, I'm in a lower place. I have got a good aim. I cannot miss him. Which no others thought. This David thought in two different perspectives. That is why he was able to put down that Goliath. And history tells us about who David became. As young people, we have to think creatively, think differently. Think creatively and think differently as young people. And this is important for us. And when we think differently and think creatively, be ready for that change as young people. This is important. We as young youths, we ought to be people who are different from others. A people who should be able to see things differently in any perspective that we are looking at. And this is important for us. Lawrence of Arabia says, all men dream, but not equally. I heard that more than 2,000 youths are here. All of us, I'm also young, all of us, 2,000 plus. Can the 2,000 youth that we have come out and able to think differently and bring about creativity in the church? As you go back from this place, I am here today to give you 4 takeaway gifts. These days during the marriage and so on, we have, after you present some money, you have takeaway gifts, no? I'll give you 4 takeaway gifts. And as you go back, you carry back with you these 4 takeaway gifts from my talk. That is why we need to plan, prepare, and proceed in life. Plan your life. Let us plan our life. Let us prepare and let us proceed towards making ourselves a new person. And that is how the topic that we have, Pilgrims of Hope. How do we walk? carry forward? After we move out of this convention, how will we go back and impact our own places, our own youth? Of course, these are also occasions where we exchange our phone numbers. Yes or no? The last 2 days must be very exciting days. Good, go ahead. But much more than that, there are also other things. After I learn from here, as I go back, what impact can I give back to my people back home? Back to my parish, back to my village, and back to my diocese. This is important for us. And all of us have that potential and that potency to become the change that we wanted to see. And that is the hope that we are carrying today. And this is the hope that we should carry forward and go back. The first takeaway that I'm giving you today is, as young people, let us be professional. Let us be professional in our work. Let professionalism enter into our lives. And the way we do things, the way we go about in life, let us make ourselves a professional. If you are a doctor, be professional. If you are a lawyer, be professional. And if you are young people, a teacher, be professional in that. As young people, we have to do the right thing and we have to do it right. Do the right thing and do it right. That is important. Don't live in the halfway. We are young people. We may make mistakes. Making a mistake doesn't disqualify us to achieve that you will not achieve again. But after making this mistake in our lives, we need to change back, not to go back again to that mistake. We cannot repeat that same mistake again and again. If we are repeating the same mistake again and again without changing, then we are failing. And that is how failure creeps into our lives. As young people, let us turn setbacks into comebacks. This is important. Let us make setbacks into turnbacks. Let us make setbacks into comebacks. And we have that potential in us. Let us have the professional knowledge and professional competence also as young people. That seeing you, people are impressed. You create an aura. You create a perfume around as we go. And you carry that, whenever you go, you carry that positive vibes with you. As I was entering into the hall, I could get some smell. A smell means a gutka or whatever, maybe this talab or everything. I got that smell. Is it a sign of our Catholic youths? That is why sometimes the way what is in the mouth or the way what we speak out, uttered without thinking, sometimes this does not make us professional youths. And we are not making ourselves professional. The second takeaway gift that I'm giving you is be progressive youth. Make each day a progressive one. Let tomorrow be something different. The after tomorrow be something different. It is said billionaires today are only 15% inherited. The rest, 85% are achieved. Be in that 85% who are able to achieve, not in that 15% who are waiting for the parental inheritance. Let us be progressive youth. Let us be young leaders who have got vision, mission, and then progress. Let us have a vision for our life. Let us have a mission for our life. What can we do? What am I planning to do? Let us be young leaders which is dynamic and which have got a lot of potency. You know, the story of the Chinese bamboo. I'm sure some of you must have heard. We call it the lucky bamboo. In scientific name, we call it Dracana sanderiana. It says that when you put the seed inside, for nearly 5 years, if you water every day also, it doesn't grow. No sign at all. No sign at all of any shoot coming up. But it said, in the 5th year, it sprouts up. And it says, in 24 hours, in a day, that Chinese bamboo can grow up to 17 to 18 centimeters in a day. Do you think that every day watering for 5 years was a waste? Was a waste? No. It is a time of preparation, a time of preparing to grow 17 to 18, 19 centimeter in a day. That was the process of preparing to progress in life. My dear young people, all of us, let us not give up. Let us think that if success is not ours today, definitely tomorrow. Don't give up in between. Let us prepare ourselves like this, like the Chinese lucky bamboo. Let us consider the years that we did not have success, the years that I'm not successful. Consider that years as a moment of preparation and also changing, making the setback to turn back, comebacks. This is where sometimes we young people tend to give up in between during the halfway. Let us not do that. Let us be progressive. Let us be different from tomorrow. Make each day a progressive day for all of us. The third takeaway that I'm giving you today is be a motivator. Be a motivator. As young people, motivate the lives of people around you. You know, motivation need not be a motivational. You need not get motivation from motivational speakers. Motivation comes from small things in life, and from different people you get motivation. I'll tell you one story. When I was in one parish, we had got around nearly 100 boarding boys. And there was one small class 2 boy from another denomination. Every day morning we used to have mass. And the small boys will come in line first, and then they'll come kneel down and pray, and then sit down. You know, this class 2 boy was kneeling. He's not a Catholic boy also. He's from different denomination. Just imagine class 2 boy. He was kneeling down and praying. And they used to make sign of the cross. His friend from behind was poking him to move this side. Poking him. 2 times he touched. I saw with my own eyes. He was touching him. This boy, when the friend was touching him from back, he did not even open his eyes. He just continued. And you know, what was so shocking for me was, after this one, after making sign of the cross, he turned back and said, "What about us? If the microphone is tongue, means all of us will look back. No, somebody means yes, we are." Just imagine, that day I tell you, I got a goosebump. Imagine the boy, I don't know what was his intention. That is why I began to question myself. What was my identity as a priest, and from that class 2 boy? That boy became my motivation. Motivation comes from small things in life. We have capacity to build buildings, but do we have the building capacity? To build capacity in others. Let us be that kind of motivators who carry around positive vibes in the life of others. You know, I was in a parish called Sacred Heart Parish Higher Secondary School, Hundung. We had around 60 to 70 boarding boys. And when I go to the study hall, I used to see these boys watching TV on a small TV, 70 of them. All will be trying to get a small TV in the study hall. I began to think how painful it is. They watch movie only once in a week in the boarding, and that also is not able to get even a small TV. From the small TV they are watching. And you know, all are excited. Some are like this. So I began to tell myself, let us do something creative. Then I called the boys. I don't have at this moment the money to buy big TV in this one. But let us rear 4 pigs. That was already April, in the month of April. I thought, and then I said, let us rear 4 pigs. Among these 4 pigs, December, when we go home for holiday, just before the winter vacation, we will have a celebration. So these 4 pigs, among these 4 pigs, the smallest one will buy TV. Among these 4 pigs, the smallest one will buy TV. So the size of the TV will be the size of the pig. So it is yours. If the smallest pig is 200 kg, you get a bigger TV. 100 kg according to the size of the TV. Then they had meeting. Who will look after the pigs? So among them, 3 boys, they chose to look after the pig. And from 15 April 2022, they started looking after the pigs. And you know, small boys, they'll finish the work fast. And then they'll come and bring plants and leaves and come and give to the pig. And they'll see, the smallest one, they say, see, our TV, our TV. They are no more seeing that as a pig. They are seeing that as a TV. And you know, I tell you, all of them put their heart and soul. After nearly 7 months, December, just before the Christmas vacation, the smallest pig among the 4 was 119 kgs. And we bought a 62-inch TV, and it is remaining there in the study hall. Such a big 62-inch. Success is not mine. The students, we are able to motivate them. You know, let us, young people, let us be a motivator. When we go away also, people remember us for the kind of life that we have lived. That let not only people remember you, let them deeply miss you. That is where we will come to know the meaning of I miss you. Let them deeply miss us for the work, for the life that we have lived. And that is how we can be people who are motivators. Today, in the mainland India or in the capital and so on, people see us as Christians because we go to church on Sunday. Am I right? Just because we dress smartly, carry some Bible or some hymn book, that's why people see us as Christians. Am I right? These are Christian areas, so practically we know practically all of them are Christian like that. But in the cities, people see us as Christians because we go to church on Sunday. But the way we live our life from Monday to Saturday is unbecoming of a Christian at all. Unbecoming of a Christian at all. And people by seeing us, don't realize that we are Christian because we don't bear that witness. It is including us all. Thank God, fathers, when we don't wear cassock, people don't know. Sisters, at least since they wear their dress, people know they are sisters, Catholic nuns. But others, without our dress, with our lifestyles, can we convince people or can we showcase to people that we are different and we are Christian? Today, people go to church mainly out of fear, not because they have faith. If I don't come to church on Sunday, what will parish priest think? Yes or no? There are some people where I have worked, never come to church. I said, don't worry what Father Joseph is going to tell you. Think when you are missing in the church, what God will be thinking of you. When we go up there is no time for argument. Either yes or no answer we have to give. Let us be people who are able to motivate others and carry that example. And knowing people, living our youthful life, our Christian life, 24/7. That is where we can be motivators. And all of us, you and I, can be motivators in our own places, in our own area of work. Last time, in the month of March, I was invited for Catholic officers in Manipur to be a resource person for one talk. I was telling them, you all may not be getting that privilege of coming and speaking in the pulpit on Sundays or in addressing public gatherings. But the way you do your professional work in your own offices, and the work that you are doing with sincerity and accountability, that is the greatest Christian message you are imparting to others. We need not be making sign of the cross there, or we need not be wearing a rosary there, but with our lifestyle and the work that we are doing in a professional way, with sincerity and accountability, that is the greatest message we are giving out to others. I'll cut it short. They told me cut it short because some Q&A session is there. So this is my last point. The fourth one is, let us be dynamic youth. Let us be dynamic youth who are able to bring about that vibes. As we see everyone dancing here before, all of you are also dancing, is it not? That kind of positive vibes let us carry around. Let us be dynamic youth. Let us not be just ordinary youths who just live our life in a monotonous way. Let us do something different as we move ahead in life. Let us not be ashamed to make sign of the cross. Today, many of us are compromising with making sign of the cross or wearing rosary. Yes, we wear sign of the cross. We are afraid to make in public places, feeling shy to make in public places. You know, one of the youth told me, 2022 World Cup final, they all were watching in a hall, it seems, all of them. He was the only Catholic. Then, when Messi scored goal, he made sign of the cross. So he told him, he's Catholic, I'm also Catholic. That Catholic faith has united us. But I told him, other times are you able to make, just because Messi is making you feel proud? Can you also make in that public place or in other places? Why are we afraid or feeling shy to make sign of the cross in public places? Let us be dynamic, and this is where we are showing our dynamism to others. We are imparting that dynamic ability to others, and that is making a lasting impact on the people around you. Let us be that kind of dynamic youth. You know, when the nation went to lockdown, all of us also were in the rooms scared, and yes or no? Correct or not? Even at the first wave, even the small thing of seeing each other like it is corona is being transmitted, like, is it not? Everyone was scared to move out. But there was one particular community called the Sikh community. The Sikh community. They went out of their way, supplying food and water for the migrants who were walking back. And, you know, when they asked, how are you able to do that? When the whole country is locked down, scared to go out because of corona. You know what did they say? One of their leaders. The Sikh religion, the faith has told them to be a sharing community. Sharing the resources that they have. Not only keeping it for ourselves. And there, when they were supplying the food, when they were supplying water, they saw only humanity there. They are not seeing there, only we will give only to the Sikh religion. We will give only to the Christian. We'll go. No, it's not like that. They gave to everyone. They saw humanity first. The second thing their faith told them is, be a caring community. Care for one another. Forget about your religion. Go out, help humanity. Humanity is more important. The Sikh community is a caring community. The third one, their faith has told them to be a daring community. When everyone was scared, when everyone was afraid, they dared to go out because their faith has told them to be daring people. That is why they dared to go out when everyone was scared. This is what living the faith is. I have written that article during the COVID time, living the faith amidst the pandemic, like that. It was quite a popular article it became. Mentioning about this caring, sharing, and daring community. Can our faith that we have, can we manifest in public places? Can we showcase our faith? You know, I like to always present to you this example. I think the women must have heard, because last month, Northeast women, I was a resource person and I was giving talk to them, so they might have heard this story, this narration. You know Fair and Lovely company? Fair and Lovely, yes or no? Not Fair and Handsome, Fair and Lovely. Fair and Lovely company, they say, got in the year 2010, 8 billion net profit. 8 billion. Everyone was surprised because no black fellow has become white. Yeah, they say, in your village, anyone became fair after using Fair and Lovely? No, no one. They say, I don't know, okay, they say like that, survey says. But how is that when a dark fellow cannot become fair, how is that this company is able to get this much of profit? That is what they say. You know how? That was an era of digital transformation. The era they were able to tap with advertisement. When you see Fair and Lovely advertised, one dark fellow is there. When Fair and Lovely passed by, became white suddenly. That was the one which took the people by surprise. Advertisement. That is how they showcase their brand. Let us also showcase our faith. Let us not be ashamed. Let us showcase our faith. This on the 2022 World Cup final, I wrote in Manipur papers, also newspaper. World Cup 2022 final showcasing the faith. That was an article. How all the French and most of the players, when they make sign of the cross, how we feel. Yes or no? That the Catholic, we don't know each other. Messi, Ronaldo don't know us. But then the way they make sign of the cross, we feel we are a little connected. Yes or no? They are able to showcase their faith. Let us be people who are able to showcase our faith. And today, we all are having smartphones. Digital world is in our hand. Are we able to showcase our faith and present before others? This is important. And that is why we need determination, dedication, and discipline. We need dedication in the work that we are doing, in our faith as well. We need dedication in the work that we are doing. And also, we need discipline in our lives. That is where many of us give up in between. We need discipline. That is where, I tell you, we have to refine our lives. We have to renew our lives. And we have to transform our lives. And when we have transformed, renewed our life, then we can be sure that we are set and others will be transformed by our lives. I'm sure all of us can be that. Always remember, God's delays are not God's denials. God may be waiting, checking our patience as well. God delays are not God denials. We pray, especially when something tragedy happens, we begin to pray. We pray when someone is sick in the family. But in good times, sometimes we forget God. Let God accompany us every time. And we can be sure that we will achieve. I'll tell you one thing. Parents, mothers especially used to call up us before their children's exams and results. One lady before the COVID used to call me up every day. Father, please pray for my daughter. My daughter is writing class 12 exam. She is Buddhu. She is not studying, not this one, not that. Father, please pray. Morning she'll call, evening she'll call. Morning, evening, for nearly 2 months she was calling up. Father, did you pray? Father, this one. So, usually I don't pick up the call also, but sometimes out of courtesy. And when I remember I pray every day, I don't pray also. About that. So you pray, Father, please pray. Did you, when you celebrate Mass, when you pray Rosary, everything. Then after 2 months like that, when the result was out, I never got again any phone call. But I heard from others that her daughter got 84%. And I heard from others before was that daughter was good in studies. Now, one day we happened to meet in Imphal, Pauna Bazaar. We met each other. I said, "Oi, madam, your daughter failed," I asked. "Your daughter failed?" No, father. She passed in 84%. "Father, my daughter studied, and became thin during exam time." She was so hardworking. When the daughter achieved, I did not hear a word of God. Thank God also I did not hear. And of course, I don't deserve the credit of saying pray for your daughter. I'm not asking that. Not even thank you, Father, also. See, in good times, when we are in trouble, we cry before God, we shout before God, asking. But in good times, we completely forgot God. We completely forget God. And that is why I cannot say that blessings become selective. No. But then sometimes God may be checking our patience also. How, as Catholic youth, we are persevering. As you move out from this place, as you moved out after this regional conference, I wanted to tell you, change your thought process and go. You know, I'm sure you must have heard this. The jungle animals. Which is the tallest animal? Giraffe, is it not? Which is the biggest animal? Elephant, right? Which is the fastest animal? Cheetah. Which is the wisest? They say fox, yes or no? But none of them are the king of the jungle. None of them are the king of the jungle. Who is the king of the jungle? Lion. Lion is not the fastest, not the strongest, not the biggest, not the wisest. But how is this lion the king of the jungle? He sits down and says, jackal will be my breakfast, deer will be my lunch, all set. It is the thought process that make him the king of the jungle. As we move out from this place, let us carry out that thought process. Let us go out with a changed thought process. And that is where we are set out and moved out from here, carrying around the vibes of change in the lives of others. If we have changed ourselves, we can be very sure that we will go out to change others. And we ought to carry that vibes. I always like to conclude my speech wherever I go with the word called Godspeed. You can check it up that what is Godspeed from Uncle Google. Godspeed means a journey where a person is set out to change anew. I want to wish all of you Godspeed as you move out from this place. You know, before I conclude, this is my second book that I have published. It is called Pearls of Life. It is a collection of 100 amazing and inspiring short stories. And Mr. President have told, Father, we will sell it. And I told them, please sell. 20% will belong to you, to the NERIC fund. 20% goes for the education of the poor children. So I told them, please sell it, please buy it, encourage the NERIC with the purchase of the book as well. Thank you very much, dear President and everyone, for having me here on this day. I'm sure I'm richly blessed more than you to be addressing the youths of Northeast, the Catholic youths of Northeast of 15 dioceses and from the 7 Sisters state. Pray for me, and I assure you my prayers, Godspeed.